Hello, 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 and welcome. All right, if you are catching this on the replay, make sure you hashtag replay so that I know that you were here. And if you are catching this on the replay, you can skip ahead into about the minute and a half mark to get to the content. When you jump on, let me know who you are and where you're from so I can shout you out and say hello after the broadcast. And yeah, while my live viewers are jumping on, I'm going to be sharing this out to a few of my favorite spots, and I encourage you to do the same. The lighting looks a little off here. Oh, well, you know what? It is what it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's getting it's getting close to tax day, and yeah, your girl is tired. Okay, just straight tired. Hello, hello, hello. Um, all right, let me get this shared out, and then we'll get this show on the road. I got some early appointments, so I need to move this along. And hopefully, there we go. Facebook is doing me a solid. I love when that happens. All right, let me get this shared out. And then we'll get going. We get one more spot, and then we're gonna get down with the get down. All right, there we go. Awesome. We are right at the minute and a half mark. Sweet. All right, let's get started with the housekeeping announcements. Okay, just in case you did not know, tax day is April 15th. You must file your taxes or file an extension by April 15th. So if you have an annual tax liability, your annual tax liability is due on April 15th. If you have estimated tax payments, your Q1 estimated tax payments are also due on April 15th. Yep, that is just like game day, y'all. Okay. If you live in the New England areas, I do believe they have some kind of holiday going on up there. So you may have until April 17th to file up there. But if you just stick with April 15th, everything will be good. Okay. If you have not filed your 2015 taxes and you are due a refund, you have until April 15th to claim those, or those refunds become the property of the Department of Treasury and they will thank you for your donation. And I think that is it for the housekeeping announcements. But listen, you guys, before I even get to the content, okay, April 15th is what? 2.5 weeks away as of this recording. Listen, procrastination on your part does not equal an emergency on the part of the tax professional. I encourage you to get your stuff into your tax pro by April 1st so you can make sure you hit your deadline, okay? I'm just saying. All right, now that pet peeve is out of the way, let me do the intro and then we'll get down with the content for today. Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady, where I help home business owners win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. Okay, I saw this post, you guys, and I was thinking, I don't think I've really talked about this, but there is, now is the time. Well, let me back up. Let me tell you how the IRS processes things. The IRS, when it comes down to dealing with refunds, like people that owe, the IRS processes refunds first, and then they deal with tax debt second. So, as you get to the end of tax season, April, May, people that owe are going to get letters from the IRS. Like May, kind of June in the summer is when people start getting letters from the IRS. But also then there's the issue with tax refunds being withheld. They're being offset to satisfy other debts. And so what happens is you go and file your taxes and you're expecting a refund, and then you go those 21 days and then you go to check, and then all of a sudden there's something that's saying, hey, that your tax refund was applied to a past due obligation. That past due obligation could be student loan debt, it could be state tax debt, it could be child support, it could be other tax debt, right? So what happens when we go to, taxpayers go to, different types of tax companies, and they have their tax fees, their tax preparation fees taken out of their refund. Well, when that refund gets held, then those tax preparation fees don't get paid. The IRS does not care about tax preparation fees. Your refund gets applied to past tax debt first. And so then the question becomes, well, if the IRS doesn't give me my money, do I have to give the tax preparer their money? And the answer is yes, because the tax professional does not work for the IRS. The tax professional works for you. Okay, the tax professional works for you in order to help you pay the lowest amount in taxes legally allowed, or get you all of your entitlements to get the refund you're entitled to. Now, it is not the tax professional's problem that your tax refund is applied to a past tax debt. That's not the tax professional's problem. And so now what happens is they don't get paid. And so now they're looking to you, the taxpayer, to give them their money. And yes, you do actually owe them. Okay, you owe them for the work that they have done. And that's just like you going to work, you expect to get paid. If a customer doesn't pay your company, that is not your problem. You go to work, you expect to get paid for the work that you performed. It's the same thing with tax professionals. It's just the problem is you really don't read what you're signing to understand that, yes, in the event that your tax refund gets withheld, that you still owe those tax professionals. And listen to me. Do not get caught up in not paying your tax professional, because we can also issue 1099-Cs. If your tax debt is over $600, if your tax preparation fees are over $600, yes, tax professionals can issue a 1099-C, and you might not pay us, but that's going to be taxable income for you. Okay, so you really want to, if you know going in that your tax refund is going to be withheld, because you know what, a lot of times people do know, that you might have your student loans might be in default. If you haven't paid child support, if you've got some state tax debt that you have not paid. All of those things can come back to snatch your refund. I even had this, listen to me guys, I even had this when we were in Kansas. My husband went to school in Kansas, right? And so while I was there, we had to file taxes, and then I had a small Kansas refund, and they took my refund. I was like, wait a minute, what is going here? It was like a $25 refund or something like that. But what it was is that there was some issue with a water bill, a $14 water bill from way back in the day, when my husband was in college. But because he was attached to me, they took that, $14 for this water bill from like the 80s, you guys. It does not go away. So this is what I'm saying is that, this stuff, it really does happen, but you still do owe those tax professionals because they have done the work, and yeah, they deserve to get paid. Just like when you go to work and you show up, you do your job to the best of your ability, then you expect to get paid. But if your boss treated you like you treat your tax professional, then how long are you gonna work there, right? You're gonna go find another job. And so you can't expect your tax professionals to continually serve you if you don't pay them, because guess what? We got to eat too. We don't work for the IRS. We work for you. Okay. So yeah, you should be prepared to pay your tax professional. They disclose their fees, right? And if they don't disclose their fees up front, I encourage you to kind of walk away, get a ballpark figure or something to say, this is how much it's going to cost. And if you can't afford to pay your tax professional what they're asking, then don't employ them to do the work. It's not fair to them, right? It is not fair to them for you to say, yes, I'm going to pay you, and then you don't. That's not fair. And so also, if you're getting a tax refund and you have your your tax preparation fees taken out of your refund, do yourself a favor and save some of that money so that you can pay a tax professional up front, because 9 times out of 10 you won't be having to pay convenience store tax preparation fees to get your taxes prepared next year. It's just that when you have to have the refund transfer, a lot of times people take advantage of that and charge you higher fees because they can, because they know that you can't afford to pay somebody up front. So they're going to charge you a premium, and you get charged a premium because they still need to cover their costs in case other people don't pay. And they also need to be able to cover their costs if you don't pay. So yeah, a lot of times you get charged a premium. You need to start looking at what you're paying and asking yourself, if I had saved this money up front, if somebody paid me, $700 to save this money and pay a tax professional up front, would I do it? But we do the tax season boss out, you guys. We talk about it all the time. You see the videos and the memes on Facebook where people get their tax refunds, and then next thing you know, they're going buying Gucci, Jimmy Choo. They're going buying all this stuff they can't afford on a regular day. And that's really an abuse of your own money. But, we can't tell you what to do with your money, but it's an abuse of your own money, because then you wind up being broke 2 weeks later. So if you start making better decisions about what to do with those tax refunds, listen, you wind up being a whole lot better. Okay? So thank you so much for tuning into Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish, and you can come right here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.